What's up, BJJ fans? And of course the BJJ stands for Blind Judo Journey. Why are the Paralympic Judo weight categories so different from the Olympic ones? So for a little bit of context, in the Olympics, the weight categories for men are 60 kilos, 66, 73, 81, 90, 100. And for the women, it's 48, 52, 57, 63, 70, and 78. This is actually a really nice system because it leads to an almost exactly 10% difference between weight categories. You'll notice for the men, it starts at 60, then you add 6, 66, add 7, 73, add 8, 81, add 9, 90, add 10, 100. And for the women, it's 48, add 4, 52, add 5, 57, add 6, 63, add 7, 70, add 8, 78. It's a really nice, simple system. But the visually impaired categories in the Paralympics are completely different. They are currently, for men, 70, 81, 95, and over. And for the women, they are 52, 60, 70, and over. This is a bit weird, okay? They used to be the same as the Olympics. However, after the 2020 Tokyo cycle, they decided to introduce new vision categories. So previously, everyone fought under the same vision category, which was visually impaired, and there was a category for each weight category. However, after 2020, they decided to introduce two vision categories, J1 being functionally blind, and J2 being visually impaired. Because of the introduction in vision categories to Paralympic Judo, that increased the number of events. However, the Paralympics would not allow more medals to be given away, or significantly more medals, because if you have twice as many vision categories, you're going to give away twice as many medals at the games. So they said that we need a reduction in the number of weight categories. So for the 2024 Paris cycle, those weight categories were similar to the IGF Olympic categories. They were 60 kilos, 73, 90 for men, and for women, they were 48, 57, and 70 and over. However, there's a bit of a problem with those categories, and that's that they're really big, especially in the middle. So let's take the men's, because that's the one I'm most knowledgeable on. The difference between 73 kilos and 90 kilos is huge. It meant that there were lots of people who maybe were 79 kilos or something like that, who would normally fit into an 81 kilo category, who were then left with the decision to either lose significant amounts of weight to get to 73s, or gain huge amounts of weight to get to 90s, or just be very small in that 90s category. And especially since when you look at a bell curve of people's weights, a lot of those people fitted into that over 73s but under 81s, as that's like the most common place, that's where the mode would be. It just ended up not being that good a weight category. After the 2024 Paris Games, they decided to change those weight categories. I'm filming this in 2025, and the current weight categories are, for men, 70 kilos, 81 kilos, 95 kilos and over. And for women, they are 52 kilos, 60 kilos, and 70 kilos and over. There are some issues with this system, particularly in the men's category of under 70 kilos, where people who used to be 60 kilos have had to move up to 70 kilos, which is a big difference in weight, especially when you're only 60 kilos, moving up 15%. I personally see this as I fight 70 kilos, and I'm quite big for that category. I fight people who are significantly smaller than me, and as the elite level, that really does start to matter. To combat this, and to try and demonstrate to the IPC, the International Paralympic Committee, that we need more weight categories, there are two unofficial weight categories within IBSA. That being for the men, under 64 kilograms, and for the women, under 46 kilograms. These categories aren't currently planned to be at the 2028 Paralympics, but they are competed at some international competitions, like the World Championships, to try and demonstrate a need for more weight categories. So in short, the Paralympic categories are different from the Olympic categories because we have an increase in the number of vision categories, that being blind and visually impaired, but we can't get more medals at the Paralympics, so we need fewer weight categories. If you'd like to follow me on my blind judo journey into international visually impaired judo, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Saramade.